Yo, 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 yo. Oh, man. Gave me a fake back of my house. Smoke these bitches, man. You know what's crazy, right? Yo, 6ix9ine has been home for years now, man. He been home for years. He's doing all these interviews. And y'all know what? Y'all know what I noticed? Where the people get in here, man? So we can talk about it. Make sure you hit that like button. Or YouTube playing a dirty game with us right now. So it is what it is. But I don't think 6ix9ine never went to jail, man. Never went to prison. Yo, I don't think 6ix9ine ever went to prison, y'all. And it's crazy, right? Because he doing all these, he been on a press run for a while. He been on the internet for a while. And nobody never asked him that. Yo, why ain't nobody never asked him what prison he went to? If y'all noticed that, for the people that watch the Vlad TV interview, because I ain't watching, I'm sure it never came up. All the clips that I've been seeing of the Neon, the conversation with 1090 Jake, the Trap Lord Ross, shit he had going on, these academics. Then why is it never came up? Why is it never came up? See my hat? Where 6ix9ine did his time at? We know BG did time up, what's that shit called? Big Sandy. We know Main Music was there. We know Kodak Black checked in. We know where Big Meech was. But nobody knows where 6ix9ine did his time at. I don't think 6ix9ine ever been to jail, yo. He ain't never been to prison. Ever. I don't think 6ix9ine did a day in prison. But they got him on interviews speaking about jail and prison, yo. When I caught my time, like, yo, I don't think he caught no time, yo. You feel me? Like, I'm talking no prison time. What's up, Al? PW2 line. Nah, I ain't see that paperwork. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. I'm talking about 6ix9ine right now. We can get the later, man. Somebody need to ask that boy that, man. He doing all these interviews. Ask him where he did his time at. Nigga ain't do no time, yo. I think 6ix9ine was a Fed agent from the beginning. I think 6ix9ine was a Fed agent from the beginning, man. And still is a Fed agent. He doing the Fed work. That's why he keep disrespecting Dirk. Dirk in the Feds right now. Yo, leave that man alone, man. And so look, right? Don't smoke and drive. Damn. So you can't text and drive. You can't do nothing to drive. Right? You just gotta have, look straight at the road. I'm looking at the road, man. So look, right? Hit that like button, y'all. Yo, we gotta get back in the algorithm, yo. Y'all gotta start hyping the videos, hitting the like button, sharing the live, subscribing. Cause YouTube is killing my numbers right now. But anyway, you know, they don't want y'all to get this type of information. They want motherfuckers to fall victim to the play. Yo, how is 6ix9ine speaking on jail and prison and snitching when he never been to prison? And he's a certified rat. He never been to prison, y'all. So look, yesterday we did a live talking about the Trap Lord Ross. Oh man, what the fuck is y'all doing? Talking about the interview he did with Trap Lord Ross. And it hit me like, yo, I don't think this nigga went to jail, man. Or I don't think he went to jail, but where did he go to prison at? I know he was at MDC, but guess what though? Kind of find out he was only there for 2 weeks before he got pressed by some Crips. And then they say they moved him to an undisclosed private prison. And that's where he allegedly did all the time at. I don't think that nigga never did no time. I don't think 6ix9ine never did no time, yo. Hey, JB, he didn't, bro. He didn't. Ask him where he did his time at. And that's how you know how. That's how you know how the media is so manipulated and controlled, because nobody asked him. Not these academics. Not Vlad. Not Trap Lord Ross. None of these people asked y'all. Like that 6ix9ine. Where the fuck? Where did you do your time? You know, because he supposed to did 3 years. I think they had that boy hiding, man. They had that boy hiding for 2 years, whatever the fuck long that was. Then brought him back like he did time. Nigga ain't do no motherfucking time, nigga. And I ain't trying to make it seem like it's okay to do time. I'm just saying he is speaking on criminals as if he solidified and I did my time in the feds and I did this and I did that, and he didn't. He didn't do it. Nigga ain't do no time, man. I'm telling you. Tell him prove it. Where you do your time at? Give us some mail. Yeah, man. Produce some motherfucking mail, man. That was sent to the prison you was at. Some legal mail. Some mail from a friend. You know. Nigga ain't do no time, man. That nigga was in witness protection. That nigga did 2 weeks at MDC, got pressed by some Crips, and been in witness protection for 3 years or 2 years, however long they said he supposed to did. Yo, we even know where Jelaine Maxwell at. Jelaine Maxwell in prison. She just got moved to a prison, but it's not undisclosed. It's not private. Like, why is 6ix9ine prison private? That nigga went to a prison full of rats. That nigga went to a rat compound. That's like, I went to a whole compound full of rats. I'm trying to tell you, rats and pedophiles. But now, y'all, I think, yo, somebody need to bring that up to him, man. I think niggas need to start going into the comments when they do them interviews and be like, yo, what the fuck, 6ix9ine, yo, why with Trap Lord Ross, yo, why you ain't asking what he did his time at? Make him show some proof, man. He's speaking on all these guys that got way more credibility than him. Like, you ain't even supposed to be able to speak on people that got more credibility than you. You know what I mean? Keep talking about Dirk and King Von and these niggas that if he was to ever catch walking down a dark alley, that nigga walk across the street. You heard me? If he was to ever catch King Von walking down the street by himself at night, that nigga crossed the other way, man. But now he want to speak on him because he dead and shit. Now he want to speak on Dirk. These niggas, this media shit wild, man. I can't complain. Can't ready to pick my kids up from school. You know, the typical shit I do. Yeah, man. Pick my kids up. It just hit me though. Think about this 6ix9ine nigga. Like, damn, what if he really never went to jail? Like, yo, do people know how serious that is? Like, well, what if he really never went to jail? Ever. And the whole world been fooled, thinking that 6ix9ine was in jail. Meanwhile, he never was. That motherfucker was in hiding the whole time. He's in witness protection. The whole fucking time. Then they released him like he came home. Like he did his time. He did his time and came home. Nope. It's an article. So they got locked up on November 18th, 2018. It was an article from December 2nd, 2018, saying that when he got on the tier, some Crips pressed him, and they checked him in and moved him immediately, and nobody knows where he went after that. What if you only did 2 weeks? All the shit he talking, all this jail shit he talking, all this fed shit he talking. Yeah, what if he only did 2 weeks? And that's it. It's strange that he home now. Man violated 7 times. At least that's what they said. He violated 7 times. Yeah, but they say he supposed to went to court on November 4th to catch time. November 4th, they came and went. You feel me? He's still on the box. He probably was on the box the whole time. He probably did his whole 2 years on the box. He probably been on the box. They say the man violated 7 times, y'all. It ain't do a day, it ain't get violated. Try that shit if you get on papers. See how fast your ass will get sent back. Violate twice. You heard me. Fuck 7 times. Violate federal parole once or twice. See what the fuck happened to you. It's just amazing to me, yo, that people is really sharing this guy. He's a fucking Fed agent. He's a federal agent, man. People laughing at him in the comments. Like, yo, this shit is diabolical. Like, yo, we stupid. Yeah. Man, I be so mad at black people sometimes, yo. Just by reading the comments. Like, yo, these niggas is stupid. Niggas believe any motherfucking thing. They think everything funny. I just seen a video, right? A man sent it to me. See, my man Pablo, man, North Longwood, man. My man Pablo sent me this video of a cartoon that's supposed to be of the Kill Boys. They got on colorful masks, which means the colorful mask is to attract children's eyes. See, yo, people don't understand how things work. They got colorful masks on, you know, look like PJ Masks characters. They out this bitch, stealing cars and USB cords. And there's black people in the comments like, shit, I'll watch that. That might be a good show. I'm like, yo, you niggas gotta be the dumbest niggas in the world. Like, all right, man. That's why, yo, they don't want me to be a voice. That's why they play without numbers. Like, there's no excuse for us to only have 4 people on here. I got 27,000 subscribers. It's no excuse. Only thing that makes sense is they're not sending out notifications and they got us blocked. You feel me? It's the only thing that makes sense. But I be disappointed, y'all, in the ignorance of black people, man. Like, we still don't recognize the role that media plays in the pushing stereotypes. We still don't get it. We still think that shit funny. We still don't get it. Like, god damn, like, we ain't never gonna get it. We gonna be dumb forever with this bitch. We gonna be dumb forever out this motherfucker, man. Get manipulated. Let me show y'all this shit. 2800. So let me show you the shit my man sent me. Man, you already know, man. We ain't stopping. You know what I mean? The people that say it can, you know, 7 people can turn into 100. All you gotta do is transfer the message, you know, keep the message going. Look at this shit, though. Look at this shit, y'all. Shit called Kid Boys.
I'm in. Just keep it cool. Why do I? Oh, it's working, Jamal. Come on. Let's move. We got it. Watch this. USB in, twist. Oh, we lit. Hold on. Oh, this move. Hyundai's right on us. Let's ride. Here, boy. Got the cable ready? Let's go. Plugged in. Not gonna actually work.
USB wizardry, baby. Roll out.
Seatbelts on? Never. Anyone ready, man? Let's get it. Watch the magic. USB. Oh, God. Hold on tight, fellas. Boy, you ready for this, Jay?
Always.
Nothing but a cable.
And we're live.
Four neighborhood kids take the ride of their lives.
You sure this is gonna work?
Watch and learn.
Dashboard lit. Keep rolling. Cops behind us. And let's give them a little...
Yo, they treating this shit like it's a fucking game. You know how many kids died behind that Kid Boy shit? The boy Tommy G really need the shit slapped out of him for fucking even bringing that shit to the world. Like, yo, you know how much damage the Kid Boys cause? You know, mentally and physically, motherfuckers, they done died in car accidents, niggas done killed them. They done motherfucking inconvenienced people's life. And you got dumbass black people in the comments thinking that shit funny. And you can tell by, like, niggas don't even question who made it. Who the fuck made this, man? You know, that could have been a CIA agent that put that cartoon together. Could have been an FBI agent. But, yo, we don't question nothing. Like, yo, we gotta get smarter than this as people, yo. Like, god damn. That shit is aggravating. You see how many of us fucking stupid? We just don't recognize what's really going on. Yeah, K7 is some bullshit. Bullshit.
Shut up. Hold on tight.
Let off shots, leave, return with the strap like Sada. My little nigga strike.
This is it, y'all. I'm in. Just keep it cool. Why do I? Oh, it's working, Jamal. Come on. Let's move. We got it. Watch this. USB in, twist. Oh, we lit. Hold on. Oh, this move. Hyundai's right on us. Let's ride. Here, boy. Got the cable ready? Let's go.
Plugged in.
Not gonna actually work.
USB wizardry, baby. Roll out.
Seatbelts on? Never.
Look at the mask they got on. Know what they look like? Let me show you what they look like. PJ Masks characters.
PJ Masks features 8 major characters. Here are the first 3: Connor, Greg, and Amaya.
That's what they look like. That's the mentality. Now, that cartoon ain't real. More likely, it's never going to come out. But the thought of it, the thought of something like that being released and people being okay with it, black people being okay with it, is fucking insane. And the way the characters was designed, they was designed to look like this, to make kids think that, hey, you know, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's fun. But we so dumb, you know, we don't even pay shit like that no mind. We just view things and comment and never look at the bigger fucking picture, man. I don't watch nothing Woody do, T-Mac. I don't watch nothing Woody do. I might have only Woody interviews I seen is if we watched any of them on live. Other than that, yeah, I have no interest in listening to a rap. I don't know, yo. I have no interest in it. It's not interesting. He's not funny to me. I think he's a disgusting human being. You know, to sit back and hang with these guys and tell on them at the same time, like, I don't want to hear nothing from a nigga like that. I don't even like Big Bank no more. Big Bank didn't went sour. Like, niggas don't got no morals. Everybody engagements. It's only a very few people on YouTube that's keeping their integrity, man. Other than that, man, these motherfuckers are selling out tremendously. I don't even fuck with Big Bank. It's a clown now. I don't give a fuck what he did. You know what I mean? You out here pushing some of the worst human beings out this motherfucker. Keep interviewing Charleston White. He talking about locking niggas up. Man, fuck Big Bang. Fuck with that nigga. Shit ain't that deep with me. Yeah, K7 is fucked up, yo. Like I seen that shit earlier. Like look, let me show y'all the comments. Let me show y'all the comments. 1,000 comments. It's only probably a few people that even questioned it.
My little nigga strike to
Yo, I'm in. Just keep it cool.
Why do I? Oh, it's working, Jamal. Come on.
I probably can't get the comments. For some reason I don't get no fucking service with this phone by my kids' school. But yeah, I was talking about 6ix9ine today in prison, y'all. 6ix9ine was only locked up for 2 weeks. 6ix9ine got arrested on November 18th, 2028. And he got rolled out by some Crips on November 2nd, 2028, and sent to an undisclosed private prison. That's what they said. I don't think he did a day in jail, y'all. So it's crazy that he's doing all these interviews, speaking on all this jail shit and all this street shit, like he stamped or solidified and he been through it, and you know, if anybody would know, it would be him, and he ain't do a day in jail, y'all, and nobody ever questioned him on it. Have anybody seen an interview when 6ix9ine say he been to anywhere other than MDC? Has anybody seen one interview where he say he been I think he went to MDC, got rolled out, and was in PC ever since. Yo, he ain't do no jail time, bro. But I just be trying to show y'all how controlled this media is, man. It's controlled. How the question never come up? How the question of the jail that 6ix9ine been to never come up? It comes up with everybody else. Every other rapper, any other person that went to jail, the question of where you was at comes up. But for 6ix9ine, for some reason, that bitch get ignored. Intentionally ignored. Because I don't think he ever went to jail. I think he was a federal informant from the beginning. I think he was a federal informant from the beginning, man. And he ain't never do a day in jail. I mean, he did a day in jail, but he ain't never do a day in prison. Yeah, but that kid boy shit crazy though, y'all. I just be disappointed in niggas. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna forever get exploited and taken advantage of. What's up, shorty? What's up, Ryan? What you mean how I feel about King Von? What you mean how I feel about him? King Von was a product of O Block. You know what I mean? It's a product of O Block. The streets will turn people like that sometimes if you be in them long enough, you know, depending on what you experience. I don't think King Von was a demon. I believe he is born. I think King Von was created over time. Y'all good? Why the fuck you so cold, yeah? Ain't it cold outside?
I'm sick.
You sick?
I had a headache all day, and I had a sore throat all day too.
So I ain't seen nothing yesterday.
Because I just got it today when I first woke up. I was so tired at school.
What's up, Deborah? Yeah, Deborah, but yeah, we already know he told. I don't know, y'all. I'm saying, yo, if people need to find out. People need to ask 6ix9ine where he did his time at, yo. Yo, see, the thing is, y'all, yo, we don't run our culture. That's always been a thing, and it's just been more. It's becoming more apparent with this YouTube shit. We don't run our culture, y'all. And black sellouts is the biggest issue in the black community. Well, when it comes to media, black sellouts, huge problem, man. Nobody likes to talk about them. Yeah, I talk about them because I don't give a fuck. You feel me? They can fuck about chat, they can do whatever the fuck they want. I'm still gonna talk about them. I'm gonna upload videos every day to talk about them if I want to. Old school, man. I don't listen to new school rap. I only listen to rap music like that. Like, I don't listen to Baltimore raps. My man CY. Make sure I check my man CY out. I don't listen. I don't listen because I don't believe him, yo. Media is controlled. You know, these rappers are controlled. A lot. You know the ones that ain't the ones or get killed. You feel me? The rest of these guys been around for however many years and keep catching these strange cases, man. You can't trust them dudes. You don't know who the fuck they is, where they came from, who they work for, who they working with. I don't trust none of them guys. For real. I don't trust none of them guys. Hell no. I say drill rap need to be banned. Drill rap is a problem. People got mad at me for talking about Mellow Bucks. She back dissing. I say, oh, she need to be sliding. The fuck is she dissing for? Like, how she back talking gangster again when that shit just happened to her? Like, if something like that was to happen to me, I'd never put out another YouTube video. You talking about motherfucker came and shot up my birthday party and killed my peoples and, man, YouTube would be canceled to further notice. She was back rapping gangster though. But when all that shit, and that's not me promoting gangsterism. That's just me saying, yo, if you ain't gonna be about it, don't talk about it. And obviously you ain't on that, so stop rapping that shit. Because what you doing is you're feeding the minds of the people that's really on that. UK banned it.
Dead.
They need to ban drill music everywhere. And these drill rappers are trash. Like, they're not even nice. Like, at least King Von was nice. You know what I mean? King Von could rap. King Von, and he told you about both sides, like I always say. If you're going to drill rap, yo, at least talk about prison, yo. Because you know prison is right around the corner. Like, how you going to drill rap and never mention prison? Never mention doing a day in jail. Never mention, you know, the effects that these things have on, what Pimp C said a long time ago, man. Y'all remember what Pimp C said? I'm going to pull it up. He said, man, if you're going to talk about the dope game, you got to talk about all sides of the dope game. You know what I mean? I'm going to find that video. I got to get out this little area first, because for some reason I don't get no service on my other phone right here. Hey, yo, you can't talk about the dope game or the drug game or the murder game and leave out jail. Man, fuck no. The fuck type shit is that? You know what I mean? What type shit is that, man? You gotta talk about everything. Man, wait till yo, come on, don't stop, yo. Go through this, please. Let me show you what she said. He said, cause how you gonna finish? Some shit like that. Right, let me pull it up. Hit that like button, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, but niggas need what's up, man? Niggas need to start flooding them comments in them 6ix9ine videos, man. Yo, we need answers, bro. Where you did your time at 6ix9ine? Can anybody vouch? Has there since 6ix9ine been home? Has there been a person yet to come home and say, yo, I seen 6ix9ine? Yo, niggas seen Kodak Black, a Big Sandy check-in. You feel me? And I don't want to pick on Kodak, but I know people have talked about it. You feel me? People seen BG. You know, people seen these people that was in there. People seen main music. Who seen 6ix9ine, man? Think nobody seen him? I like FBG. I ain't really know much about Duck. I like FBG Cash. Not Cash. I like Young. I fuck with Young. I wouldn't mind doing it, sitting down and talking to Young. I like FBG Young. Pimp C talks about drug gang.
Yeah.
Here you go, right here.
Let's fuel up, Limu. Lots of people to tell about customizing and saving with Liberty Mutual. Those are mine.
No green beans. I'm on a diet. Just the mashed potatoes.
Okay.
See, that's why.
I'm gonna need all the mac and cheese.
That's why Pimp C was a problem, man. That nigga Pimp C was a problem, man. Niggas said, ain't no way Pimp C could have been alive in this day and age. I don't even think he'd fuck with Bun B no more. After Bun B did that bullshit. I don't know, 7-9 ATL. I know y'all don't.
Hey, that's how I feel. And still, it's Eastern Standard Time.
But it's still on the south side of the map.
That's the first thing. The second thing is this.
At the south.
Okay, well, first of all, listen to this. I used to live in Atlanta from 96 till 2001. Okay?
All right.
That's the first thing. The second thing is this. When I get off the airplane in Atlanta, what time is it?
It's whatever time it is out here, homie.
It's Eastern Standard Time.
But it's still on the south side of the map.
Okay? But it's Eastern Standard Time, ain't it?
On the south side of the map, yeah.
I answer my question. Is it Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, it is on the south side of the map.
All right. Well, after saying that, listen to this. All my statements are my statements. That's how I feel. And feelings is like booty holes. Anybody can have their own feelings. That's my feelings. That ain't got nothing to do with Bun B. So that's the first thing. So let's separate Pimp C statements from UGK and Bun B. That's the first thing we got to do.
All right, okay.
Next thing we got to do is this. You got some people over there that feel a certain way that I might not like how they feel. But that's how I feel. If you want to get mad at me for the way I feel, then go and get mad at me. And a fight go with that. You feel me?
But Pimp C, why are you so mad? It just seemed like you're real angry.
You know why I'm mad? Let me tell you why I'm mad. I'm mad because everybody on these records lying. Everybody lying. Everybody's this big D-boy. Everybody's these hardcore gangsters. Everybody gonna do this to each other when they see each other. And the truth be told, we too blessed and we having too much money in this rap game to be going to war with each other.
Right, okay.
And the truth be told, don't nobody want to fight nobody in this rap game. Because 98% of these dudes is cowards.
You got any specific artists you referring to?
I'm not dissing nobody, man. I'm just telling you that if we don't clean it up, we're going to lose everything we fought to get, man. Don't you see that the game is fit to lead?
Did you hear what that nigga just said, man? He said this shit years ago. If we don't clean up, we going to lose everything, man. And that's what the fuck we doing. Losing everything. Being brainwashed by lies and manipulation and shit.
The South and go somewhere else if we don't straighten up.
Yeah, we see that. But I know what's going on.
If we don't clean out our own closet, who gonna clean it for us?
All right, so what do you, by you saying that, what do you think needs to be done?
This is what I think needs to be done, man. Come on, man. At the end of these records we listen to, we don't get nothing out of them no more, man. We don't get no social commentary. We ain't getting no kind of knowledge out these records. Everybody just talking about how many chains they got on and how much dope they sold. But the truth of the matter is this, I don't believe you, because I know you do, and I know you didn't sell no dope. And the next thing is this, say, man, I'm from Texas, man. I'm from the game. Them prices that them boys talking about, man, them boys ain't got no prices like that, no Atlanta. And if you do, right now, why ain't some where my people at will buy it and flush it down the toilet? We don't support drugs. But show it to me, man, because I know where it on backpacks. I know where they parents they rolled up in Timberland boots in 1998, and they acting like they big-time drug dealers. Okay?
Okay.
So right now, this is what I'm telling you. Y'all want to get mad at the pimp. Don't get mad at the bond, and don't put the UGK on. Get mad at the pimp. This is my opinion. This is me. I'm talking. I'm a man. And I'll stand up. And let me say this while I'm at it. All them people that was talking about they want to kill 50 Cent, want to do all that to this man. Hey, man, when somebody really wants something to happen to you, it's going to happen to you whether you want it to or not. And I just saw 50 Cent walk off the stage at the BT Awards with no bodyguards right in front of all them dudes that were talking about they was going to slap him when they saw him. And I ain't seen nothing happen to him.
So basically, you just calling the game real fake, and you saying that the music need to go back to some real lyrics.
And this the next thing, man. Anytime an artist in Atlanta makes crunk music and get on a record, they need to shout out to 3-6 Mafia, because y'all know that's where that music started at, man. And y'all know for a fact that UGK started the word trill. Y'all know this, man. Y'all know we started this here.
Everybody in Atlanta feels like you diss them. They feel it is,
but if they would read between the lines and hear what I'm telling them, I ain't dissing them. We got to check ourselves before somebody else check us. Because this would have hurt a whole lot more coming from somebody on the East Coast or from the West Coast than coming from one of our forefathers down here.
But then what you saying that we're not even from the South, like Atlanta ain't the South, like, you know, there's a lot of UGK fans that got their feelings hurt today because they really love you.
Here's the truth of the matter. I love them too. But we got to straighten out the game. And if the statement was made in the wrong context, I apologize about that. But I meant what I was saying. And maybe it was heard the wrong kind of way. What I'm saying is this. Hey, man, when I get out the plane, I got to change my watch. Because I live in Texas, and I'm on Central Time.
Okay.
All right?
That's Central.
So that's my opinion. I can have my opinion. That's my opinion, but that's my opinion.
All right, so everybody running around, they're basically telling Jeezy you were pointing him out with the 17.5
Meech talk.
The what?
It says it make the magazines make it seem like you pointing at Jeezy with the 17.5 talk, and it says it has something
and
about
everybody's
Meech.
blowing up Jeezy phone saying that, you know, basically that it's about to be some beef between you and him. So like, I mean, that's just the talk in Atlanta.
And the Russell
Well,
Simmons.
let me say this. There's a whole bunch of people lying. So if you want to point fingers at somebody, let's point fingers at everybody. If I was going to diss Young Jeezy, I would have came right out and said his name and dissed him. I'm not scared of no man. And the next thing is this. They need to free Big Meech because it's our circumstantial evidence. And the next thing is this. Everybody was down. Everybody was cool with BMF before they got busted. Everybody wanted to be down with the play until they got busted. And then when it went sour, didn't nobody want to fly the flag no more. Am I lying or telling the truth?
I think it's because they ain't want to go to jail, though.
Yeah, but they was down when the party was going on and everybody was throwing money in the club. Everybody was still down. You got to be down in the good time and the bad time. When I went to prison, Bun stayed down.
Down, hell no. You gonna ride on a boat, you gotta ride till that bitch drink, you gotta ride till that bitch sink. Niggas wanna jump off and get life jackets. Nah, yo, you should never got on this bitch. You feel me? Should never got on. You know these boats sinkable. You know this, you know you're on the Titanic. You heard me? Them runs don't last forever.
With me in the bad time. So when your partner go to prison, you gotta stay down in the bad time and the good time. If you was Black Mafia family in the streets, when they was spending all that money in the strip club, you need to be Black Mafia family right now when everybody getting indicted. And let me say it again. If I was gonna diss somebody, I'ma say their name to their face, and a fight go with that. So now, I ain't diss Young Jeezy, cause Young Jeezy ain't the only one spitting fake dope prices. I'm dissing everybody lying about selling drugs that ain't touched a nail truck.
All right, what's up with the Russell Simmons comment?
What about it?
I mean, it's basically saying that you saying that he's a
okay.
That's kind of self-explanatory.
Right. It is.
But Mr. Pimp C, basically, do you think, all right, you know, Bun held it down. There were a lot of, you know, quote unquote, fake rappers supporting the UGK movement while you were locked away. Do you think that your comments are going to ruin some of the relationships that Bun B made, since you guys are a group and they
let me say
as a group?
If these is real people, they won't let my statements affect their relationships with Bun.
Okay.
But I got a lot of relationships with a lot of people I don't respect, I don't like, I don't want to work with. When I get ready to do my album and I'm calling you and calling you and calling you, and you don't call me back, and that means you're not down with helping me get my thing together. But when it's time to do your album, you call me and I had a record back within 24 hours. That means I'm being a real what?
nigga.
Exactly. So now, guess what? If you want to charge Bun B $50,000 for a verse, and then try to come back to me and pay me $1 to get me on your album, guess what you are? You fake and you garbage. If you was a cartoon character on your first album, then you need to be a cartoon character on your last.
Wow.
Now, let me say this. That's why I'm calling in to let it be known that things I say don't need to reflect on my brother. He can have a relationship with them dudes all he wants to. Because the truth of the matter is, if you fake and you abroad, and we go to a club somewhere and somebody jump on me, you ain't going to help me fight no way. Yeah. You're going to run. I don't need to be friends with you. And the next thing is this, if I ain't never had a personal phone number on you, I got to call your personal assistant to get to you. Newsflash, you ain't my friend in the first place.
Respect.
I'm down with Outkast, the Goody Mob, the whole Dungeon family. I'm down with Jazzy Faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with Lil Jon. I'm down with people that get back in touch with me after I call them, man. If I'm calling you to do some work, and you don't get back with me, then you a fraud. All you gotta do is call me and tell me you don't want to get on the record with me, and that's cool.
Right.
Hey, Pimp, what up with, the new rappers? They may start to say, well, I have heard people say that you mad because of the new generation is on a whole new movement. What do you have to say about that?
Who are the new rappers?
I guess like a T.I. and a Jeezy and all the one-hit wonders I hear.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They would say because
you think T.I. is a one-hit wonder?
No. We talking about like the
new artists.
You see how it works?
Yeah.
Now you see how your words can get mixed up? Now you see how somebody can write something and then people take it the wrong way? Now do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's back up. Now, the new rappers, who are they?
Well, since you were away and came out, there's T.I., there's Jeezy, there's Flip, and who else? Tell me next for that rappers.
I mean, the list goes on.
The list goes on, but they're saying that, since you were a part of the old game, that you don't respect the newer rappers on the scene.
I could have swore I was on T.I.'s album explaining what the King of the South was, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I could have swore I just did a song with Young Jeezy called the Dickie song that didn't come out. And every time he called me to do something, I did it for free and never charged him no money. I could have sworn that after Crime Mob took my freestyle off the Lil Chick's mixtape and put it on their album, I didn't even sue him or do nothing to him. I could have sworn that every time I get in an interview, I'm taking up for these dudes when it's some New York dudes or some LA dudes trying to diss them. I mean, show me one place where I talk down on Young Jock. Show me one place where I talk down on these dudes in a way to say that they not supposed to be in this game, they not supposed to be getting money. My thing is this, I want us to continue getting money for the next 15 years instead of falling off and letting it go back to the west or to the east because we're not putting no social commentary into the records. And the truth be told is, look, hey man, if you started being a gangbanger after your first or your second album, you a buster. And these kids out here listen.
Come on, man. You feel me? Yo, Pimp C been talking that shit, man. Been talking it. My man said if you started being a gangbang after the first and second album, you a buster, man. I agree. That goes into what I be saying about these. Dudes. What's up, Don? That get on and then go to and then start catching cases like a Blueface. Yeah, man. You ain't had no cases, none in life. You didn't live 20 years as a, you didn't live 20 years as a civilian. You ain't never been in trouble. You become a rapper. Now all of a sudden you shooting in crowds and shit. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. You niggas weirdos. That shit makes absolutely no sense. What the fuck I would get rich and start committing crimes? I mean, what the fuck I would get rich and start committing crimes? Like, how much sense do that even make? All right, let me get my computer. Yeah, Blueface could have went to the NFL, man. He let Clout crash him out. He let Whack 100 introduce him to
nothing away from the magic of what Jonathan Taylor is doing.
All publicity is good publicity.
This team, they are more
crash him out. Zeus Network crashed him out. Black sellouts. But we ain't finished listening to Pimp C though. Hit that like button, y'all. Share it live. Support the platform, man. Support the real, man. Cash that Baltimore swag, man. Ain't too many people on this internet trying to give y'all the truth. These niggas on this bitch lying. Making up stories and shit. Hold on. Like a lot of these people. A lot of these people, niggas wouldn't even know them. Niggas don't know them. You know what I mean? Niggas don't know these people, man, to be on this internet talking shit. Where academic childhood friends at? Where's these academic childhood friends, man? Where they at? Why ain't nobody ever came out and said nothing? You know, we living in the clout era. We living in the clout era. Everybody chasing it. These niggas literally just pop up out of nowhere. Yeah, it's definitely getting cold. These niggas literally just pop up out of nowhere and accumulate a following. Then all of a sudden they gotta say so. But nobody knows these dudes. Niggas they know them before this. Niggas just met these niggas. They ain't got no history. They like fucking secret agents. You know what I mean? Their whole history been white clean. You know where they from, what school they went to, who they grew up with, what neighborhood. You don't know nothing about these people. You don't even know their family, man. Oh yeah, my computer dead. Let this bitch charge up. Hit that like button, man. Yeah, but Pimp C been going in on these niggas. That's why Pimp C had to go. I can just imagine if Pimp C was alive today. Man, what? Boosie be talking about him sometime. I can just imagine if Pimp C was alive today, y'all. He probably did, yo. I don't think he ever had no friends, Carl. Niggas don't know these niggas, bro. Niggas don't know Sunny Dash and 1090 Jake. Nobody know these guys, man. Ain't nobody can vouch for their stories. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I grew up with y'all. I remember we did this, that, and the third. Never happened. You heard me. Niggas don't know these people, man. I know, yo. I think I'm one of the realest on the internet, Darn, but the internet, YouTube won't allow the world to see it. You feel me? Unless I play by the rules. Yo, but I can't play by the rules. You know what I mean? Not if the rules is against what I believe. Hey, shut your ass up. You know what I mean? Not if it's opposite of what I believe, yo. And I don't like the social media that they're giving us. I don't like the content that they're giving us. I don't even like the people that they're giving us. You feel me? Like I don't like them. I don't think they're real. I don't think they're organic. I don't think they have a real message. Most of them is hypocrites. You don't know no history on them. Like I don't know. I think it's bogus. I don't like the fact that 6ix9ine is on an interview tour and people was watching them and commenting, and nobody's questioning the validity of him. Nobody's questioning the validity of him. He's not interviewing with nobody that's going to question him for real. Yo, how long you been a federal agent? First question. Start the interview off right. You feel me? Yeah, man. First question. Yo, how long you been a federal agent, man? Straight up, man. Was you a federal agent the whole time? Where'd you do your prison? Like, fuck all the dirt questions. No, we want to know about you. Yeah, man, we can talk about dirt another time. Let's learn about you. Where'd you do your prison time at? This situation that happened at MDC on your second week there. Explain it to us. You know, the Crips pressed you, right? They rolled you out. Where'd you go? What happened on November 4th? The judge said you supposed to go to jail. It's November 12th. The fuck is you doing? You still home on the box. What happened? You know, like real questions, man, so we can understand who these guys is. You know, not this dumbass shit. Keep talking about Dirk. You know, you couldn't even be in the same vicinity as Dirk, man. You heard me. I think the government put him in the culture too. Yeah, but the thing is, I want him to be able to answer those questions, just so we can know for certain. You know, cause you can tell if a nigga lying. You feel me? You ask him them questions. I want to hear him stutter. You know, I want to look at his eyes when he answer it. You understand? That's what I want to see. We know what it is. We know what it is. It's obvious what's going on, just by the way they try to bring him back into the culture. Like who comes home from the feds dissing immediately? Yo came home from the feds dissing Dirt, dissing King Von, going to the Merle. Like, yo, what federal probation officer will allow that? What state probation officer will allow that? I'm talking about, and it's viral all over social media. You on papers. They just violate, who the fuck was that? They violated finesse 2 times for that. When he was going through the situation with King. They tried to thug back to jail for it. But 6ix9ine did that shit to a whole other capacity. Boosie got arrested for speaking too much. Yeah, man. But they allowed 6ix9ine to get on this bitch and say anything. Knowing it could be consequences for some of the things that he said. It could be consequences for that shit, man. This bitch taking forever. God damn. My computer ain't never used to be this dead, yo. I need a new charger or something. But yeah, though, man, hit that like button, man. Now, I just be trying to open people's eyes up, yo, to what the fuck going on out this bitch. This shit ain't right. The fuck is this? Oh no. Ain't talking about me. Somebody got arrested for that? I don't think nobody got arrested for that, yo. I think Takeoff case got dropped, though, to be honest. I think Takeoff murder case got dropped. But I ain't heard nothing about no Duke the Jeweler. Yeah, he told, but I don't think Tony Allen never been. I don't know. He definitely told all his friends. I did a live on that. That wasn't his friend though, but he still, he put him in a fucked up situation. I just was laughing at him. Like, I ain't gonna look at Tony Allen as a rat. You know what I mean? I don't think he, I don't ever think he lived under those laws. You know what I mean? Oh no, yeah, Boosie ain't do that. Boosie ain't had nothing to do with Duke the Jeweler. I mean, you know that. You know what that was. You know what that was. That shit wasn't no Boosie. The mob ties is untouchable, yo, where they from. That's why Takeoff murder case getting dropped. If it ain't already dropped. You probably can't find no information on that shit. I looked it up a couple weeks ago. No updates. I mean, there's no updates on the murder of Takeoff. I'm sure remember DJ Pat caught a bail. His ass probably home now. Sure you. I mean, he been home, but he probably case probably got dropped now.
He's out here listening to us and looking up to us because a lot of them mixtape and put it on their album. I didn't even sue him or do nothing to him. I could have sworn every time I did the interview.
Hey, Don, I did a video on yo. Yo, he got an island for one. Red flag. Any nigga with an island, any nigga with an island is a red flag off the rip. For two, he got he had 2 federal indictments squashed, bro. One of them was like 100 bricks. I mean, one of them was like 5 bricks. One of them was like he got 2 federal investigations squashed, my nigga. 2 of them. I'm talking about squashed. I did a whole video on it. That shit like an hour long, maybe a little longer. Where the detectives that investigated him was mad because they never got no reason as to why they was making headway. That's their words, not mine. We was making headway. We made arrests. Then all of a sudden we got called in the office and they said leave it alone, and we ain't heard nothing about it. At the $1 million got donated to I think Al Gore campaign. It was
Some
church.
of these dudes, when it's some New York dudes, some LA dudes trying to diss them. I mean, show me one place where I talk down on Young Jock. Show me one place
No, that's not
where I
true,
talk
Carl.
down on these dudes in a way to say that they not supposed to be in this game, they not supposed to be getting money. My thing is this. I want us to continue getting money for the next 15 years instead of falling off and letting it go back to the west or to the east because we're not putting no social commentary into the records. And the truth be told is, look, hey, man, if you started being a gangbanger after your first or your second album, you a buster. And these kids out here listening to us and looking up to us because a lot of them don't have no father figure in their house. And every record you get on, you lying about some dope, talking about some squares. Man, guess what, man? Get off the boo-boo. Get off of it, man. Because if you're going to talk about some squares and talk about the drug game, you need to talk about the bad side of the drug game, too. What about when you get busted and you go to jail? What about when your mama and your wife and your kids is crying because they at home and you in prison in a cell? What about that part of the dope game? Everybody talk about how many cars and how many jewels they gonna buy and how many squares coming off. You know what I'm talking about? But ain't nobody talking about the other side of it. So if you're gonna talk about that, you gotta talk about both sides. And I'm gonna say it again. If you're a cartoon character on your first album, you need to be a cartoon character on your last. Because the way we start is the way we gonna finish.
Can't do nothing but respect that, huh?
And that's the whole point. That's the part I was trying to get to in this conversation. Because the question was, what do I think about drill music? And I said drill music need to be banned. Then I was talking about how I respected King Von because King Von gave you both sides. But these drill rappers nowadays, they don't give you both sides. And one of the major sides of drill music is fucking jail, death. But they don't spit none of that. It's all drilling, killing. They never talk about jail, even though most of them, that's where the fuck they going. I mean, maybe that's why they stay away from it. You know, they don't want to speak it into existence. But you don't even have to. You rapping like that, you want to end up dead or in jail, yo. That's just how that goes. We got a laundry list of people that we can use as examples. You understand what I'm saying? And Pimp C was one of the first people that talked about that with these rappers. I mean, if you're going to talk about the drug gang, you'll talk about the other side too. At least you can give people that's listening a well-rounded, what you want to use, a perspective of the situation. You know, it ain't all glitz and glamour. You feel me? It ain't all shining. No, it's gonna be down times too. Like Pimp C was saying, yo, if you ride with BMF when they up, you gotta ride with them when they down. Jeezy separated himself from BMF when BMF caught that indictment. I don't respect that shit. You feel me? Because you was big BMF when they was getting money. You know, when they was fucking hoes and they was having all these parties and they was enjoying life. But the minute them boys went down on an indictment, man, he ain't say not one word about them boys, man. Let me run that shit back again.
Out here listening to us and looking up to us because they're supposed to be in this game, they not supposed to be getting money. My thing is this. I want us to continue getting money for the next 15 years instead of falling off and letting it go back to the west or to the east because we're not putting no social commentary into the records. And the truth be told is, look, hey, man, if you started being a gangbanger after your first or your second album, you a buster. And these kids out here listening to us and looking up to us because a lot of them don't have no father figure in their house. And every record you get on, you lying about some dope, talking about some squares. Man, guess what, man? Get off the boo-boo. Get off of it, man. Because if you're going to talk about some squares and talk about the drug game, you need to talk about the bad side of the drug game, too. What about when you get busted and you go to jail? What about when your mama and your wife and your kids is crying because they at home and you in prison in a cell? What about that part of the dope game? Everybody talk about how many cars and how many jewels they gonna buy and how many squares coming off. You know what I'm talking about? But ain't nobody talking about the other side of it. So if you're gonna talk about that, you gotta talk about both sides. And I'm gonna say it again. If you're a cartoon character on your first album, you need to be a cartoon character on your last. Because the way we start is the way we gonna finish.
Can't do nothing but respect that, huh?
You go back to that Ozone article and you read every statement I made in there. And if you find a...
I don't think he bitching. Yo, niggas be tired. Yo, if you a real person in entertainment, yo, you get tired of the fuckery, yo. Because the fuckery is winning. Yo, the fuckery shouldn't be winning, man. You understand what I'm saying? The real should be winning. Yo, the real should get the accolades. The real should get the money. The people that's organic, the people that really care, not the fuck boys. And what he's talking about is fuck boys lying in their records, talk about dope, knowing you ain't never sold dope. But what you're doing is you're speaking niggas to prison. That's what you're doing. Like I always say, right? NBA Youngboy, NLE Chopper. Y'all know I ain't no NBA Youngboy fan. I think a lot of shit around yo is suspect. But what I can respect about NBA Youngboy is he raps that shit and he goes to jail for that shit. You understand? I can respect that much more than the NLE Chopper, who rapped that shit, never lived it, never was about it. He just rap it. Yo, because yo, kids listen to this music, yo. In regards to what people think, yo, this music plays a role in some of these kids' decision making. You understand? So if you rapping that shit, at the very least, you should be able to succumb to the same circumstances of the people that's listening. At the very least. You understand? Like, that should be a fucking qualification. Like I was talking about Mellow Bucks. And that's another way how we got on this situation. I'm going to get back to Pimp C. Another way how we got on this situation. So I was talking about Mellow Bucks. She back rapping gangster. But when gangster shit happened to her, she turned into a girl. Oh, we out here shaking ass, y'all shooting that. Oh, they charged the officer with attempt murder. Should have been charged with attempt murder. That Baltimore police officer tried to run over the dude. Damn, y'all. Hold up, y'all. My fucking computer acting stupid again. I think my charger port fucked up. We had to do a computer fund. Yeah, man, hit the cash app, yo. We need a new computer, y'all. My fucking charger port keep going up. Acting stupid. Shit. I know how to do it. Where the fuck that other phone at? Left the other phone in the car? Ain't know I left that bitch in the car. Hold on, y'all. Oh. I walked right past the motherfucker. All right, hold up. But yeah, I was talking about Mellow Bucks and how she be talking that gangster shit. But when all that shit happened to her, she was talking about damn niggas shooting at girls and all this other shit. But it's like, what the fuck you mean? I thought she was a G. I mean, you shouldn't be making an Instagram post. You should be sliding. And not saying that's what I wanted to do, but what I'm saying is stop rapping that shit. Stop rapping that gangster shit. When obviously you ain't living that. You don't want to live that life. That life is not a life really worth living. So stop rapping that shit, man. To these girls, man. Because let me tell y'all something. It's a lot of these gangster girls running around. I think it's a play. I think it's an agenda. I think it's an agenda going on. fucking computer, man. Hold on, let me show it real quick. Show you what I'm talking about. Only on 5%, but you should be alright.
With us, they flash the lights behind me, stuff the gas, I made them playing us. Fuck you, Pacer, you nervous, you ain't waking up. This switch act like a nigga on my mama, it can't wait to bust. I don't want a new hoe, I want a new Glock. Put a 50 round up in that hoe, give her a boot job. Every day I wake up, niggas hating, it's a new op. Broke ass nigga ain't got no straps like a two-top. 10 a.m. I'm horny, flaming wood and fuck my bitch. She say, babe, I love you, you so crazy, you a trip. There she go, riding dangerous, you pussy better not hang with us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she talking about? Like, you don't want to live like that, man. Yo, why do you want to live like that? Because if that's how you living, yo, you need to be standing on that shit. Don't just be rapping it to these other girls that's living it. That's basically what Pimp C was talking about. You rapping that shit while other people is living it and other people is facing the consequences for your raps. Meanwhile, you ain't facing none of them. Like after that shit that happened to her, yo, she supposed to disappear from rap for 6 months. Until that shit got taken killed. Until that shit got taken killed, man, rap supposed to been postponed. You hear me? No more music. If that's how she was really living.
Place in there where I lied about somebody after you research it. Y'all give me a call back and I clarify what I meant.
It is. Yeah, it is, Pimp.
Now guess what? Now let me say this, and I want it to be clear.
They suffer the same consequences too, though, Carl. Look at Dirt.
I'm clarifying what I meant by what I said.
Right.
Okay. We all know Atlanta the South. We got to start acting like it's the South. And we got to start having some pride like it's the South. And let me say this, y'all might not like this, because a lot of people don't like stuff. But ATL is considered to be the gay capital of the world right now. And y'all got clubs over there with boys standing in the parking lot kissing on the mouth. And you know, if you're gay and you're out of the closet, that's cool because everybody got their preference. But man, it's time to start cleaning up our own neighborhood because the dude from Texas shouldn't have to get on in no magazine to make you clean up your neighborhood. So if I really wanted to diss Atlanta, it was a bunch of things I could have said about a bunch of people, and I could have really, really dissed and hurt some feelings. Now, don't you know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know who the gay rappers is. I know who let them models stick them dildos in them, and I know who did what, where, when, and why.
Wow. So do you feel like expressing that right now?
Yeah,
You need to know?
Say this again.
If you feel like saying it, go ahead.
Say this again. I'm proud of all the rappers in the South. I'm proud of everybody selling records in Atlanta. But everybody ain't my friend, and I don't like all y'all records. Now, if you want to diss me and get on with me, go on and do it. But the difference between me and them other dudes is this. You going to diss me, and I'm going to come see you, Jack. You gonna diss them other dudes, they gonna play lip wrestling with you. So if you want it, man, come on with it. If you want it with me, come on with it. Leave Bun out of it, and we gonna see in the end, because you gonna smell my cologne, Insimiyaki, on some Bond number 9, because I do not play.
That's the same clone I
Yes,
wear.
Tabernacle, sanctuary, because we keep God first in everything we do.
Hey, Pimp.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind expressing any of those rappers you was talking about? Them sugar sausages?
Oh, man.
I want to know. Them gay rappers you know about?
Nah, man, it's no need to embarrass nobody that ain't done nothing to us.
Respect.
But if you gay, man, and you ashamed of it, you need to stop doing stuff you're ashamed of. Anything done in the dark gonna come to the light. I ain't gotta expose them, because they exposing themselves every day and every night.
They sure are.
But see, you work at a radio station, and it's your job to ask me that question, and me being a real person is my job to know how to answer it, ain't it?
I already
What's
know.
up? All right,
Okay, so if you gay and you rap and you ain't and you stand in the closet, then you need to come on out of the closet and let us know who you is. Because if you ain't proud of what you do, then don't do it. And if anything you're ashamed of, you shouldn't be doing. You know who getting caught in the Range Rover with the boy. You know what's going on in Atlanta, just like I know. You know who got caught in the Range Rover with the boy. Okay?
No, really.
Okay,
Nice.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I know, you know, because you in Atlanta.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
So let me say this.
Talking about
all
me.
the real street people in Atlanta and all the hardcore UGK fans, I hope I have clarified what I meant by that statement.
All right, that's
Anybody
all.
else that don't like me or still want to hate on me, come on with it.
I think
you don't want it with me.
I think in all, your fans in Atlanta just still want to know that you love them. That's all.
Hey man, guess what? I used to live in Atlanta. If I wasn't on parole, I would still live in Atlanta, and I still would have made them statements. And I'm coming back to Atlanta as soon as somebody booked me a ticket to come there and do a show.
We tried to get you to come last night.
I had a blowout in the rain and had to change the tire myself.
Oh, damn.
If you have a blowout and you got both your kids in the back seat and your wife driving, is you gonna jump in another car and leave them on the side of the road to go catch an airplane?
Hell
no. Anywhere?
Nah.
I didn't think you would. So you know what? When that rain was coming down and we had that blowout in that Lexus and both my babies was in the back seat, I had to get out there and change that myself. Because I didn't have time to call nobody else to do it, and I was not going to leave my family on the side of the road. And anybody don't like that can eat 7,000 wee-wees and die.
There it is.
So if you don't like that, and you don't understand that, then you don't have no understanding about life. And anybody that puts this rap game or their job or anything ahead of their family or God, well, you know what? Shame on you. And guess what? Part 2 of my article is coming out next month in Ozone. So get ready to get your jaws tight again.
Can we expect to hear from you again next month, issue?
You can hear from me anytime you want to. But let me tell you this, man. We need to stop with the boo-boo, man. We need to stop promoting negative things.
Yeah.
UGK was started out talking about drugs and things. But now we on the records talking about the other side of the drugs and what happens when you get off into negative things. We need to stop promoting the wrong thing.
That's definitely, somebody got to step up and make it happen.
Somebody got to do it, and guess what? You think anybody that did it, they was going to like it when they... Don't nobody like medicine. It don't taste good. They just want a whole bunch of the same old, everybody licking each other booty and being cowards. Well, guess what? I'm taking a stance against the cowards. I'm taking a stance against the lies. And I'm telling you, we need to stop doing all this old negative stuff.
All right, Pimp, man. We appreciate you checking in, man.
And anybody got something to say about me, just make a list of their names and tell them, look, you can come see me. I'll give you my address. We can box it out, pop it out, stab it out, or talk it out.
Man, see the Pimp C, man. See the Pimp C, man. Pimp C was talking that shit, man. I don't know if I ever seen this.
With USAA Safe Pilot, I can save when I road trip safely.
Or with USAA Safe Pilot Miles, I can save when I staycation.
A lot of people tired of the fuckery, y'all.
Call 6IX9INE.
Everybody on these records lying. Everybody.
Oh, so he was in jail when he was doing that. So that was a jail interview.
Lying. Everybody's just big.
Yep, that was a jail interview.
He is out here listening to us.
So let me show you what I was talking about 6ix9ine, man, when I say he ain't never did a day in jail. What federal prison did 6ix9ine serve his time?
Metropolitan Detention Center.
Look.
According to usmagazine.com, a spokesperson for the Bureau of Prisons confirmed on October 30th, 2025, that Diddy was officially relocated to the New Jersey Federal Corrections Institute from the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where he'd been held since his arrest in September 2024.
Yo, you don't do time at MDC, yo. 6ix9ine didn't do no prison time, man. Why was 6ix9ine moved from MDC?
Rival gang members attacked him. According to UrbanisLandizi.com, Tekashi 69 has been moved to a new prison amidst reports that rival gang members attacked him.
Although no further details were provided about whether he had to cut a deal with authorities, he never went to prison, y'all. The lawyer said Diddy ain't even seen 6ix9ine, so he ain't that bitch lying. Hold on, let me pull that shit on my phone and send it to my email. Cause my search engine on my computer is trash. Where did 6ix9ine serve his federal prison sentence? Look at this. 6ix9ine, whose real name Darren Hernandez, was housed at a private prison facility in Queens, New York, for his protection due to cooperation with federal prosecutors and potential retaliation from gang members. He was originally detained at MDC, Brooklyn, but was transferred after a day due to safety concerns and threats from other gang members. He never went to jail, yo. The nigga never went to jail. He never went to prison, yo. So how is he on these interviews talking like this? Hold up. 6ix9ine diss Dirk. Where the fuck is that shit at? Where the fuck is this shit at without somebody else already?
Talk to the. Yeah. Yeah. Great guy. What about him? He used to be my guard. Seriously? Yeah. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? I guess. Ghost town here. Kitchen. Whoever worked in the kitchen. Yeah. We'll steal it. Nachos, all that shit. Nachos, melted cheese, and
look, he's sitting there talking about jail stories, but he ain't. Where was he at?
Like cut up nacho bowl.
Look,
this shit. We have cat food.
Listen to this shit, yo. He's sitting here acting like he ready to make a hookup. But yo, what jail was you at, yo? What prison? He was in MDC for 2 days and got removed. And we ain't heard nothing since. But now he's on interviews making a hookup, talking about that nigga probably never made a hookup a day in his fucking life.
It's cat food, right? Cat food? Yeah, what is that? No, bro, it's chicken breast and shit. Okay. What we have? Mustard, cut up jalapenos, pickles, tomatoes that like sounds good. That somebody would like steal from the kitchen, whoever worked in the kitchen. Yeah. We'll steal it. Nachos, all that shit. Nachos, melted cheese, and they will cut up sausage and mix it with the broth of the beans. It's fire. We don't have any of that right now. Holy yeah. ¿Gané mi puesta?
No sé.
All right, let me just see if the 49ers won real quick. Nah, they lost.
Niggas a fucking fraud, man. And he need to do an interview with a real person so the truth can come out about what's really up with him. Let me see what the fuck this little Woody shit was talking about. You know, I don't even like watching, yo, for real. T-Mac brought him up earlier on Perspectives. I ain't fucking with Big Bang.
I got YSL with an ATL native in the building, man. Let's get straight to it, bro. How you feeling?
At this point, I thought I had to do something.
Like, y'all can finesse them folk, like talk y'all way out of some shit. Do you feel like niggas just don't want to see that you really did finesse? So. Oh,
no, I can't watch that. Nope. Can't watch it. How we track what it is, because he didn't finesse anything. What the fuck? Like, yo, they already pushing false narrative. Ain't no need to watch that shit. Not on this channel. We ain't pushing false narratives. That nigga ain't finessed nothing. He finessed everybody to jail. He finessed himself to jail. He went to jail every time. Like, I don't know what's the definition of finessing. You feel me? But I don't call that finessing. He went to jail, man. Every single time he tried to be in that bitch, telling on niggas, mixing truth with lies, his ass went to jail. I mean, he did it so much he took everybody to jail. So you didn't finesse anything. Like I don't think that's what you call finessing. Finessing to be going in that bitch, spinning them, and walking out uncharged. You feel me? No indictments, nobody else in trouble, implicated nobody. Yeah, you finesse the motherfuckers, nigga. You can't finesse them people, man. Ain't no finessing them people, y'all. Ain't no finessing them people, y'all. If you think you gonna go in that bitch and finesse them, just ask for a lawyer because that shit ain't happening. You hear me? I tried to finesse them and ended up in handcuffs, but I ain't mentioned other people either. You feel me? Nobody's implicated in my finesse. It was all me. You hear me? Can't finesse them people, man. That shit's a waste of time. It's a false narrative. This interview started off on the wrong foot. So the reason why I don't watch these interviews is I won't be able to get through them. Like even when we watch them on live, it might be a 2 hour interview. We might only watch 20 minutes. You know, because we're gonna be the live might be 2.5 hours, but we only watch 20 minutes of the video because I'm gonna have to keep stopping it, keep elaborating, keep stopping it, keep explaining, keep stopping it, pulling out a lie. Man, I can't watch this shit, man. Man, fuck yo. And I can't fuck with that shit, man. I can't watch that. What else going on in the world? Let's see. Byron Blake did a video on 1090 Jake. You check that out. I was watching that before I went live. I ain't never finished watching it. You can check that shit out.
In a hole. Now, one thing that I want to point out to y'all is that this is pre-paperwork. This is pre-paperwork Great White Blood. So this is before he started exposing rappers and all of this nonsense. This is early 2020. This is just a couple of months after he went on the news.
And he breaks down, how he feels about the situation, about why he told, he was loyal to someone that he said was sleeping on a rug. He was putting everyone's kids in school and paying for all these different things. And while he was on a world tour, someone was sleeping with, his baby mother. They kidnapped him. They attempted to kidnap his mother. They beat him. They robbed him. They plotted to kill him, which they had on a wiretap. For most people that are not associated with any type of criminal lifestyle, I would sympathize with the fact that they would tell first quarter. But when you're saying that you're an active gang member, when you're putting all these gang members in your music videos and people that are actually high ranking within the organization, when you're putting on this facade and you're showing all these guns and everything in your videos, and through your lyrics, you're speaking on killing people, you're putting hits on people in real life, you're having people get shot at, you would expect...
Hold up. Let me see this other Dirk paperwork that came out. Nigga named Dirk, imaginary lawyer, imaginary manager. Let's check this shit out. I can't download that shit. already read this. We read this yesterday. And the rest. Read that yesterday. They argue that because the alleged murders mentioned Dirk in a text, post a picture of money in the Dirk song doesn't mean he paid for it. The main point is the act is a text message received by people who are not on the case. Gee, family. The government's opposition repeats ad nauseum that the proposed Rule 44B evidence, which it is now calling inextractable, inextractably intertwined, is necessary to prove core issues in this trial. The government claims reveal the weakness of its case in chief. What I've been saying. So, what this document is talking about is how they keep bringing up all these irrelevant, uncharged acts that Dirk supposed, or crimes that Dirk supposed committed. And the lawyer is saying that being as though they're doing this, it shows that the case itself is weak. Without, what the fuck is this word? Insinuated, unreliable, other acts, evidence, the government is unable to tell a coherent story about the murder that occurred on August. And whatever. What the fuck? Why the fuck is that shit on the screen, man? Can they fucking... All right, here we go. The government is unable to tell a coherent story about the murders that occurred on August 19, 2022, or at least one which inculpates Mr. Banks. Irrespective of the deficiencies in the government's case, the government's need for the evidence does not exempt it from rules of evidence. The government hopes that this court will disregard the necessary individualized assessment of each piece of evidence and admit the Rule 44B evidence in bulk as intrinsic evidence. Additionally, disregard the safeguards of rule. They're trying to go around the laws. This court should reject that invitation. Look, they trying to go around the laws. They don't have a case against Dirk, y'all. I keep telling people. Y'all keep listening to these Trenches News niggas and all these other motherfuckers. Yo, when they got a case, they don't have to do this. When they got a case, they don't have to do things like this. They don't have to go into your whole history of crimes that you was alleged, that you was never charged. They don't have to do none of that shit. They only do that when the case is lacking. You know, so they try to prove your guilt off of rumors and assertions. You understand? The government misunderstands Mr. Banks' argument that most of the government's proposed evidence does not properly fall within the purview of Rule 44B. This is not because the evidence is intrinsic. It's because the evidence is not in other act. The act that the government seeks to admit to show Mr. Banks' motive is an act that someone else committed, specifically Timothy Leaks, who shot and killed Mr. Banks on November 6, 2020 outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta. Mr. Banks was not there, or even in the state of Georgia at the time. So there was no act that Mr. Banks committed for the government to use as a motive related to evidence. What the government really seeks to admit is a historical fact, perhaps. The fact that Mr. Leaks killed Mr. Banks Mr. Bennett, after Bennett and TB were involved in a physical altercation, or that Bennett was killed at all. But even Mr. Bennett's death bears little meaningful relevance to this case. Mr. Banks is not alleged to have ordered the violence against Mr. Leaks. The fact that Mr. Leaks killed Mr. Banks in 2020 does not bear on Mr. Banks' purported motive in this case, where Mr. Leaks is not a victim. Additionally, the government seeks to admit evidence of public pressure on Mr. Banks to slide for Vaughn or avenge the killing of Mr. Bennett. Yo, academics set Dirk up, man. Dirk supposed to known better. He should have never did that fucking interview. He should have never did that interview with that boy, man. You gotta watch these blogs, or these guys are police, man. Should never did that interview with y'all. It's the fucking police. Look, Chicago murder. Let me just look at that. Oh, this ain't the right papers. Hold on. Stephen Mack's homicide in Chicago on January 27, 2022 has nothing to do with Mr. Banks and is entirely irrelevant to these proceedings. The government suggesting that because the alleged murders mentioned Mr. Banks in a text message 2 weeks after the commission of the crime, that somehow incorporates Mr. Banks in the Chicago case is misplaced and dangerous. Even more concerning, the government believes that an image posted by the alleged shooter in that case holding money while Lord Dirk's song plays in the background is highly probative of defendant Banks' identity as a contractor for the hit on TB. To be clear, the victim in the Chicago case was not TB, nor anyone affiliated with him. And as Mr. Banks is one of the most widely celebrated artists from Chicago, it is commonplace that someone in Chicago will post on social media with a song in the background. Moreover, the act at issue here is a text message sent by and received by people who are in no way affiliated with this case. This is not an other act, as contemplated under the rules of evidence to be used against Mr. Banks, a distinction the government ought to recognize. Yes, yo, they trying to use all this other shit that ain't got nothing to do with the case. They don't got no case on that boy, man. Yeah, he the law, man. What's up, HB? Like, them is the police, man. A lot of these niggas is the police. Like, a lot of these guys are the police. So it's like they don't let you get on unless you're going to be the police. Yeah, man, if you want to get to the top of this shit, like I said, unless you can play the game long enough, disguise yourself. You said what? Big White posting on Twitter what? The blog's posting about Dirk.
One thing that I want to point out to y'all.
What you mean? What she say?
Is that this is pre-paperwork. This is pre-paperwork Great White Blood. So this is before he started exposing rappers and all of this nonsense. This is early 2020. This is just a couple of months after he went on the news.
And he breaks down, how he feels about the situation, about why he told, he was loyal to someone that he said was sleeping on a rug. He was putting everyone's kids in school and paying for all these different things. And while he was on a world tour, someone was sleeping with, his baby mother. They kidnapped him. They attempted to kidnap his mother. They beat him. They robbed him. They plotted to kill him, which they had on a wiretap. For most people that are not associated with any type of criminal lifestyle, I would sympathize with the fact that they would tell first quarter. But when you're saying that you're an active gang member, when you're putting all these gang members in your music videos and people that are actually high ranking within the organization, when you're putting on this facade and you're showing all these guns and everything in your videos, and through your lyrics you're speaking on killing people, you're putting hits on people in real life, you're having people get shot at, you would expect that there would be some form of a street code.
It sounds to me like the Great White Blood is saying that, okay, all of those things did happen to you, but you're still not supposed to snitch. Which, it translates to they can backdoor you, they can hit your baby mama, they can kidnap your mama, they can kidnap you, beat you, do all of that stuff. But you better not tell the police that this happened. Even though you got indicted for, you know, being a part of their gang and being involved in crimes with them, you still can't go to the police and say, oh man, I wasn't with them. They did this to me and they did that to me. You got to take it on the chin. You got to, you know, use some of that money and get their mama kidnapped. Or, you know, this is what the Great White Blood is saying. No matter what happens, you don't snitch. No matter what happens to you, is no justification for snitching at all. You got to handle it in the streets because you was at least portraying yourself as a street person prior to all of this stuff happening. So you don't get to, you know, you can't be street and then when something real happened, now you switch it up and, oh, I ain't street no more. I'm even if they were disloyal, you got to still take it on the chin and handle it in the streets. That's what it sounds like the Great White Blood is saying to me. But then,
and he brought up something. Why would I hold it down when the same people that were crossing me in freedom in society are gonna cross me in prison and most likely have me killed?
Right.
I think he's 100% right.
No, be more Joe Wade slide. We ain't rocking with that. Yo, you not snitching. Shouldn't have no burns if a nigga told on you. That's what he did. You know, he couldn't stand up. He couldn't. He broke the code. That mean I'm gonna break the code too. The fuck, that's not how that shit work, y'all. It don't work like that.
If he went to prison, it wouldn't matter if he stayed solid. They would still get on him, or they would try to be extorting him. I actually believe that the Mexicans would get at him before any blood member even got at him, to be honest. I feel like the Mexicans
never
would
go
just
to
look at
jail.
him like, nah, you fool, we're gonna rock. You know, I've heard about how the Mexicans is rocking in the federal prison. So that was my assumption, was that if he, you know, went up the...
He never went to jail, y'all. I need that. I need people to understand that. You had to prove it. As it stands right now, that there is no verification that 6ix9ine did a day in prison. There's no truth to it. We ain't got no proof. Nobody's seen him. We ain't seen no paperwork. Everything is private. Everything is sealed. Yeah, I don't think he went to prison, y'all. I think he was hiding out that whole time. They had him in witness protection for 2 years or a year, however long it's supposed to be. 2 years.
Road, the Mexicans, you know what I mean? But to hear how he's back
He
on the
spent 2 days and got rolled out.
And he's just letting everyone know he snitched and he stands on it, and he feels that he can do so. He feels that it is okay to snitch because they betrayed him first.
HB, but why nobody question him about this, y'all? Like, he doing all these interviews. We have yet to get a response or an explanation as to, yo, where'd you do this time at, yo? We know you was in jail for 2 days and got rolled out. Where'd you go from there? Nobody knows. I don't think he went to jail, y'all. I really don't. I think he needs to explain this and provide proof. Because I don't believe him. Because he's doing these interviews. He just did a whole interview with Neon talking about a fucking hookup. Yeah, he a rat too. We know he's telling Jake a rat. I call him the Grievous King. Byron Blake called him the Great White Blood. He just did a whole interview talking about a hookup. Look like he's reading the ingredients off a phone. Like the nigga never did it. He's a fucking FBI agent, y'all. It's an FBI agent. He don't write his own music. He's not a rapper. He's an FBI agent. Posing as a rapper. COINTELPRO.
It sounds to me like the Great White Blood is sympathizing with 6ix9ine. And this is part of the reason that I wanted to bring y'all this video, because it seems as though he was already setting the stage for forgiveness. You know, like he was one of those people who had negative things to say about 6ix9ine. And then once 6ix9ine got out and he started explaining, it seems like he's setting the stage for an eventual interview or some type of encounter or interaction with 6ix9ine, you know. And if it happens, he gonna take the journalistic approach. And I just wanted to talk to you and give himself a pass for talking to him. That's what this sounds like to me. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think the purpose of this video was to bash 6ix9ine at all. He started off like, oh man, he's back doing this and back doing that, like he thinks he shouldn't be doing it. But at the same time, this sounds like he's explaining for 6ix9ine, like a translation kind of, like everything he's saying. Well, yeah, he's kind of right. He does have a point. They would have extorted him. They would have did this. They would have. So you saying he did the right thing by snitching. Even though you saying there shouldn't be no snitching going on and all this other stuff you saying, you basically telling us he did the right thing by snitching, because if he would have gone to prison, it would have been bad for him. Even if he kept it silent. Think about that. You saying, well, shit, if he don't keep it silent, then he avoid this trouble. And if he do keep it silent, then he putting himself into trouble. And it's one of those things where the average civilian, the average person gonna use their common sense and say, well, he probably need to stay away from those people and out of that situation. And they gonna sympathize with him. And that's what I feel like the Great White Blood was doing here. And he was also setting the stage for other people to do it. That was his, he was kind of like recruiting for 6ix9ine.
Come on now. But I don't feel that his career would have ever blown up had he not gotten all the gang members in his videos. It was the visuals, in my opinion, that made him skyrocket, because viewing him himself, he wasn't intimidating. He wasn't anything that he really spoke on. But when you see all these people in the background with the guns and everything else, he's actually in these hoods. He's got different gangs in the videos. You had Bloods, you had Crips. It gives you a different impression. And I feel that impression is what really blew him up. Made people believe, like, okay, well, if they're rocking with him, that must mean something for him. Or maybe they're just extorting him and everyone's winning and they're letting him act like that. And this is all going to blow up in their face exactly how it did.
This sounds strangely familiar, doesn't it? This sounds awfully familiar, right? Pretending to be a gang member and hanging around these people being around you, adding to your image. This is the same strategy that he used when he went to No Jumper. You see how he had 6ix9ine's strategy all figured out right here? You get these people around, props, they add to the validity, which is what he was already doing with this channel anyway. But the fact that he lays the entire blueprint out right here lets you know that he was already informed and completely aware of what he was doing. Shortly after this, he did the same thing that 6ix9ine did. While he's doing these videos and in his earlier Great White Blood episodes, he don't look intimidating at all. He don't look like a threat. He ain't talking all gangster or none of that stuff. Listen to how he talks in this video and understand that this is just like within 30 days before or after the time frame of the incident with Pino. So listen to the language and the accent in this video and compare it to the situation with Pino that happened around the exact same time, and listen to how differently he's talking. He did the same thing. He went to No Jumper. He brought those guys to make him look official there. Then he used that to start infiltrating other hoods. You look up, now he's in New York taking pictures in that hood. And he's over here taking pictures in this hood. And he's using all of these different things to build his platform and add validity to himself, to make himself seem like he really is the greatest white blood to ever be a blood in the Florida Department of Corrections. And people bought into that, which is why he was able to start posting paperwork and calling people snitches and calling people out for snitching without being challenged. Without anybody saying, hey, bro, you a civilian, you a suburban white kid. Why the hell are you out here worried about what the gang members and gang bangers doing? He completely infiltrated. He did the 6ix9ine. And that's why he's now able to explain to us how 6ix9ine feels and what he thinks, because they are the same person and he's relating. He understands everything that 6ix9ine, like 6ix9ine said, y'all understand, y'all just don't want to understand. Jake was one of those people that he was talking to.
And at the end of the day, he's worth a lot of money to a lot of people that are going to use him for that. You have so many people that are going to go against their own moral code to get interviews, to get songs, features, anything with this kid, regardless of what he's done, because of the simple fact that most people don't give a fuck who told. Most people aren't going to care. They're going to view it like, okay, well, yeah, you're a rat and you told on these guys, but these guys were just gang banging and they weren't really doing anything good in society to begin with. So you're going to have so many civilians that just aren't
They
going to
weren't
care.
doing that good in society.
They just want to profit and do anything they can with his name associated because it's going to give them views, attention, money.
Yeah, kind of like you doing by making this video pretending that y'all was arguing, going back and forth over the T Grizzly paperwork, when in reality this was just a friendly conversation and debate, and it doesn't sound like the first time that y'all talked to each other at all.
Come on now. You have a lot of guys that are supposed to be gang members, are supposed to go by a certain street code, and they're saying, hey, we knew he wasn't with it from the beginning, so we're just going to give him a pass and let it be that.
Now for clarity,
he got both accents. He can switch it up at any given moment. One minute he from Florida, he talking about, come on now. That's what he talking about from Boston, you know. Nigga fucking cartoon character. These guys are actors, y'all. I think he was an agent too to begin with.
Purposes, I have to ask, which of these categories do you feel that you belong in? Are you the civilian that just doesn't care if he snitched or not? Are you the gang member who compromised his integrity and his moral code to do business just for the money? Like, which of these categories do you believe that you fall in? As the great white blood, the greatest blood to ever be a blood in the Florida Department of Corrections. That's what I want to know. I'm pretty sure the people in the audience got the same question, because to speak like this about this dude and then turn around and sit down with him after you spent years trying to build up your name and image and reputation.
Yo, in Maryland, I never seen a white blood in Maryland, yo. I really haven't. I didn't think you can. I thought you had to be black to be in blood. Like, I never seen a white blood. Never seen a Mexican blood. I ain't never seen none of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Now I know in Florida it's a common thing. You know, tonight Jake, he might be the greatest white blood that ever been in the Florida Department of Corrections. But there's some other ones. One just got locked up. He might be the greatest white blood, actually. He was the leader of the gang. That was recently, probably like a couple months ago.
This solid member is crazy. But this, if nothing else, demonstrates to you that it was all just an act. Jake was just pretending to be a certain way so he can reach the level that he feels like he needs to get to in order to turn his back on everybody and say, okay, I'm successful enough now, it doesn't matter. Because obviously, based on what he's saying in this video, he knew that such a level existed. He knew then that there's a level you can get to where you can stop banging and you can pretty much go against everything that you've been preaching the whole time, and people won't care as long as you got enough money. Sound accurate to me. And listen, based on how he's bragged about how successful he's gotten, and I'm going to Paris and all of this other stuff, and then at the same time saying, hey, yeah, I don't know blood no more and all that. It's obvious that the great white blood feels that he has reached that level. And if you have any doubt, all you have to do is pay attention to the fact that all of these guys who supposed to be street guys and supposed to have certain moral codes, like he was saying in the beginning of that clip, turned a blind eye when he wrote to the warden and said, I was sitting on my bunk when inmate Jimmy Horry hit me in the head with a rock and a sock. And proceeded to say he's not safe on the compound and all of those other things that he said. After he wrote that statement and said
I couldn't even write no shit like that, yo. Imagine motherfuckers say, yo, I ain't safe here, man. Straight up, I do not feel safe on the compound. I need to be moved expeditiously. Like, I couldn't write that shit on paper. I couldn't even say it. I feel like a bitch. Hey, it is crazy, yo. Oh, good. It is wild. Shit. But yo, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the hype button too, y'all. You know what I mean? You see they still playing with us. They been doing shit. No, but they do this every couple months though, y'all. Every couple months they put us in the basement. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. Then after like 2-3 months go past, they let us out for like a month or two. You know, then they put us back in the basement. You feel me? I might have said something, you know, this some more wild shit. So it is what it is, man. That's why I appreciate everybody that do support. Make sure y'all share the live. You feel me? If you want to support the platform, you know, Cash App, Baltimore Swag. What else? Hit the hype button. I think I already said that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's another day. Keep what you do. And I'm out.